What was diplomatically described as a challenging relationship between New Zealand cricket and Eden Park took another hit, and Auckland cricket fans were again the big losers. New Zealand's largest cricket ground will host just two Black Caps 2020 internationals this summer, against Sri Lanka and India, the leanest Auckland allocation in recent memory. NZC's Indian broadcast partner Star Sports stipulated 3 p.m. starts for the 5 Indian one-day internationals and 8 p.m. starts for the 3 T20s, to maximise television viewership in the subcontinent. The family and friendly times, with matches finishing as late as 11 p.m, were locked in for Napier, Mount Maunganui, Wellington and Hamilton, but Eden Park's inflexible resource consent couldn't be budged. Rules restrict the number of night sporting fixtures there, and they can't finish later than 10 p.m. Star Sports conceded ground for one Eden Park match, the India T20 against the Black Caps on February 8, which will start in the traditional 7 p.m. slot after the White Ferns play their Indian rivals. But it meant no Otis at the 40,000-seat stadium. We tried. We would all like, Eden Park included, to see more of the Indian tour played there, but it's just not possible with their resource consent restrictions, NZC's Chief Operating Officer Anthony Crummy said. We were fortunate that Star agreed to one T20 at an earlier start time. That's as far as we could stretch it. Eden Park provided a gate-takings bonanza for NZC last summer, notably the crowd of 33,692 which poured in for the T20 International against Australia before the teams met again in the Tri-Series final. But NZC had to apply for resource consent to stage the country's first day-night test there, against England in March. In May, NZC made clear its unhappiness with Eden Park in a submission to the Auckland Council as part of Regional Facilities Auckland's venue development strategy, and backed a mooted redevelopment of Western Springs which could see international cricket shift there as early as 2021. Auckland is currently missing out significantly on international cricket exposure due, primarily, to the lack of a cost-effective, financially viable venue. NZC's submission read, Eden Park's small size and rectangular, football-shaped playing field continually risks compromising the integrity of cricket matches hosted there. Resource consent restrictions and a lack of fan-friendly, cricket-specific features at the arena limits NZC's ability to schedule a greater number of games in the city. Crummy said NZC would miss out on significant gate-takings revenue by not being able to stage at least one India ODI at Eden Park. There's no doubt the challenges are well documented there, and we have to operate in the environment we've got and try and accommodate it as best we can. Clearly, Indian television is king when it comes to scheduling, hence the agreement to run internationals later than they've ever gone in New Zealand. Napier, January 23, Mount Maunganui, January 26 and 28, Hamilton, January 31, and Wellington, February 3, host the India ODIs, while the other men's and women's T20 doubleheaders are in Wellington, February 6, and Hamilton, February 10. It is a bit later, but we're hopeful still for the quality of this tour. They'll still be really well attended. It's always a balance trying to make it as attractive as we can for families, spectators and a TV audience, Crummy said. Eden Park Chief Executive Nick Sautner offered a one-line statement in response to staff questions about the schedule. Eden Park continues to work closely with NZC in an attempt to bring more great cricket to our stadium for the benefit of our local and wider Auckland community. Staff promoted stories recommended by